Ew.
She just brings that light that I can't bring.
He kind of makes me more logical and more motivated. You're listening to Opposites Attract with J&T. Stay tuned for...
I kind of want to cry because that hurts so bad.
To be honest, I want to be the villain.
It's literally exhausting. I'm getting a headache just thinking about it.
Welcome back to the episode, you guys. Today is the second episode of our mini-series, The High School Experience, and we're doing our first bonus episode today, and we're talking about drama and how it affects our relationships with friends and the relationships we have at school.
And this is basically just like a whole recap of like all 4 years that we've gone through with all of the drama, which is kind of a lot to go through, and I know you're thinking, how are they going to fit this in like a 30-minute episode?
We're not.
We're not. We're going to try to figure it out.
I mean, you don't even remember all of the things. Like, just on the drive here, I was thinking, I was like, oh, yeah, that happened. And, oh, yeah, that happened.
And it
that's coming from me.
Yeah, I know. And that's coming from you, who didn't have very much drama in high school. I, on the other hand, did. So
then tell us about it.
So I guess the first thing that comes to mind when I think of drama is how petty and stupid it was. There was never, like... Drama in high school was like, there was never any substance to it. There was always just like, it was about who's dating who, and did they have sex, or did you see how drunk she got or he got, or this and this, and like, did you go to the party, or all the, like, did you hear about this? It was like gossip and just intensity between people, and it was just toxic, I guess would be the best word for it. Mm-hmm. And like, I remember freshman year wasn't that bad. Like, to be honest, freshman year was pretty easygoing. I think the only drama that was really between my friends and I was kind of figuring out how we were like supposed to get situated. Like, yeah, exactly. Listen to our previous episode if you want more information about that. But yeah,
that's where we talk about fitting in and how you focused on what class and what was your social score.
What was your social score / class, if you will. But so freshman year, it was mostly drama between my friends and how we worked together, and like who was a part of the group and who became new parts of the group, like new people coming in and new stuff. And so that was pretty much freshman year. I don't remember it being too crazy. Oh, wait. Hold that thought. I think there was something. Wait, hang on. I had my first boyfriend in freshman year, I think. I'm not going to name names, but I remember we dated for most of freshman year. That it lasted. Was it freshman year? Oh my gosh, that was so long ago.
It's kind of awkward hearing about it, but continue.
Yeah. Sorry, babe.
We just got into it. Damn it.
You've heard all about this. So.
Just rip up the Band-Aid already.
I will. I'll rip it off. So we were dating for like 5 months, and it was never really that serious of a relationship, even though we were dating for a while. But I remember at the end of the relationship, there was a lot of drama because there was kind of a lot of he said, she said kind of thing. So like he broke up with me, and then I heard later that he cheated on me, and then somebody else was going on with this, and then something else was going on, and then I was really mad at him, and it was just a huge.
But what happened?
What do you mean what happened?
Did he break up with you, or did he just tell you like?
He broke up with me.
Oh, okay.
He didn't really tell me if it was. He said it wasn't true, but then there was
confusion
that he cheated on me.
Oh, I see what the drama was. So.
Yeah, so the drama was I was hearing from 10 million people. Like, okay, here's I'll dive into this a little bit deeper here. I remember specifically it was like the day or two after we broke up, going to school, and I was like obviously sad, and then I hear somebody comes up to me and is like, did you hear about this? Like that he did this and blah, 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 and was like saying all these things, and I was like so taken aback by it. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, because he just said he was done, you know, and I was like, okay, whatever. But then this came up, and then everybody was involved. And so this was like the first instance I remember feeling like I was the center of attention of all this really big drama, and I was like, oh my God. It was horrible, because not only on top of I broke up with my boyfriend, and I broke up, which was like already heartbreaking.
I thought you broke up with you, bum.
Well, yeah, he broke up with me.
Yeah,
okay,
don't try to make yourself to be the one on the top.
Not only was that really hard, but then I had all this whirlwind of like, the best way I can describe it is like a cloud. Like you're kind of like choked by it. I think is like you're just like covered
Consumes
in it.
you.
It consumes you, and it like covers you in every way. And so when you're in the center of it, when you are like the heat of the drama, which I was in that moment, you feel such a pressure, and it's weird. It's like such a weird pressure, and it's like you feel like you can't breathe long enough to tell the truth or try to understand what's actually going on. It's like such a huge, like, it's horrible. So that was like my first major experience with really big drama and gossip in my actual experience. But like for most of it, my friend group there were certain people in my friend group that were like the stirrers of the drama, if you will. And then there were certain people that kind of stayed back like me. I don't like drama. I don't like gossip. I don't like being involved. Some people do. Some people like knowing all these things. And like, I will admit, for high school, it was pretty easy to get kind of caught up in it. And you're like, it's intriguing to know all these things.
But real quick, even though you were in the popular group, you weren't like the popular one in the group. And
right.
I honestly feel like that stems from not being the initiator of the drama.
Right. Yeah, that's actually a good point. I didn't think about it like that. Yeah, I mean, I was never one to create drama, and I think that saved me, because if I was, it would just be like, I don't know how people do it. It's literally exhausting. I'm getting a headache just thinking about it. It's just way too much heartache. And so, like, yeah, I mean, there was a couple other instances. That was pretty much the biggest one that went down. Like, I kind of pretty much stayed out of like the major things. Like, I didn't party very much. I didn't party at all, hardly.
She was boring.
I was boring, basically, I guess is a good way to put it. I was kind of a grandma, and I didn't go out and fuck a bunch of guys and do all these stupid things and then have to be talked about it.
But you missed out on the high school experience.
Oh, I'm sure I did. I'm glad I didn't do that, but that's pretty much who, like, the people that were in those stories were the ones that were going on being crazy. And I've never been like that. So, but I was still kind of in it because I heard all about it. But there was, like, with friendships, though, like, I was involved in friendship drama. Like, one time,
it's a natural
thing, but it always felt so much bigger in my friend group because there was like 30 of us. That's bigger. That's too big. Like 20 of us is probably more right, which is still a huge number of group of girls, and you know how girls are.
I was like 30. I'm like, oh, okay, that's a lot. But she said that's not true. And then 20. It's like, whoa.
Not much better.
It's like, yeah, I made 5 million. I mean 4. Okay. Continue. Sorry.
It feels like when you're in a friend group that big, there's always something going on. There was never something not going on between some group of people.
That makes sense.
Which is like, I mean, I get it, but it was like, why can't everybody just get along and stop? Like, it was really
man,
stupid.
You got to climb up the hierarchy, man.
Yeah, I guess.
I'm telling you, that's what I said previously, and I'm just going to start with my experiences.
Yeah.
Because we're talking about drama, and I think gossip kind of falls into that category.
Mm-hmm.
But my experience is, since I didn't fit in many times into any, like, really a lot of the groups, and I didn't fit in because it's not that I didn't fit in. Like, I mean, like, if I wanted to, I could just go to the cigarette smokers club or I never, like I said, I never I never founded myself in any of those groups. And I founded even the ones that I did, like, later in like, junior year. Those groups were so hard to talk to because, we would be talking about, like, whatever the dudes would talk about.
Girls?
Basketball and sports.
Oh.
Yeah.
Boring.
Well, I'm sure they just had the right hand. That's why they didn't. They weren't really the players. That's why I hung out with them.
Okay.
But when they did, there was, like, the last 15 minutes. There was always the last, like, time that they would be talking about, and it would just be drama, it would be gossip or whatever it was, just shit talking pretty much. and I'm telling you, like, that's what I was saying earlier. The reason you weren't the popular one in the popular group is because you weren't the one who was, throwing a little bit this and throwing a little bit that, making that dank stew of drama.
Ugh.
Or soup or chicken noodles. I don't know how to, you know what I mean?
Stirring the pot.
Yeah. Yeah. Stirring the pot of drama.
Yeah.
And I never, dude. I just couldn't handle it because I like what I was saying previously. I just was never the one to hang out with people that I knew just didn't give a frick about me. Sorry, I don't want to curse.
I already said the F word. It's too late.
Yeah, I was trying to show my dad like one of our episodes, and I was like, dude, I can't find one that I'm not cursing in or like talking about like something bad.
Hey,
and I want to be able to like, even though it's small or whatever, but I just want to be like show my fam.
Right.
Be like, yeah, so.
Hey, we're being honest. We're being real with you guys. That's what we want for this podcast, no matter who's listening. Sorry for all the cuss words if we throw them out there, but, you know, this is real life.
See, that's what I said on one of the episodes, but like I said yesterday, I was just so awkward.
I mean, it is a little embarrassing, but
just show me. And then like Taylor, luckily she had this snippet that I knew that I didn't curse, but then I said I was racist, and then I like did heroin. Even like obviously that was all. There were all jokes, but my dad was like, okay, so you guys are just wasting your time.
Your dad probably just won't understand in general our podcast content, but that's okay. Your mom will probably get it.
Yeah, my aunt. She texted
she
my
got
mom.
mad.
She's like, why is James saying the words? But anyway, I guess there's some drama even. Just
family drama, podcast drama.
Just since the bonus episode is about how the drama affects your like relationships, that's how it affected mine. Mm-hmm. I just really didn't have any solid friends, and the ones that I did, I had the one that was from jail because I was kind of taking care of him. I was letting him spend the night at my house. Like I couldn't really do that because he was actually sneaking in my house late at night. So he would have to wait till everyone spent the night, and then he would have to wake up early. So it wasn't really spending the night. And then luckily one of my like ex best friends. That's so weird to say. He took him in, and that kind of worked out until he came home high, and then his dad found out. But I mean, and everyone was just talking about him. I mean, and he was like a good guy, but like the whole school really just knew him and knew him for that, and then I was, from what you said, I was categorized into that
category, the druggy category.
Yeah, I was not categorized.
Yeah. You were categorized in a drug
speech lessons part 1
part 10,000.
Just
kidding.
Yeah. And I think what we could relate with is just drama was just so hard, and it was such a natural part of high school. Unfortunately, I feel like if you actually really cared about being part of that high school. Fuck you.
Ow, my lip. Oh, you like punched me in the face.
Wait, did I?
New title of this podcast: I'm being abused. How to get out of an abusive relationship.
It's a cushy thing. So
no, but I felt it.
Probably not that hard.
You're gonna have to make it up to me later.
Yeah, I'll give you a 5 gum.
Anyways, we're getting off topic. Drama.
Yeah, it was such a crucial part of high school, and I really never felt like I was able to fit in, just because I didn't want to associate myself. And I mean, I'm not holy or anything. Like I was, I asked about the drama and stuff, but I can't say that like I heard something from someone and all of a sudden I spread it.
I wouldn't say that I was, like, the one that would spread it either. At least I hope I wasn't like that. I mean, but I can't say I'm innocent either. I don't think anybody... When you go to high school, I really don't think anybody's innocent.
Yeah, because it's kind of fun. Drama.
It's fun in the moment, but then when you're in the thick of it, you're like, shit, this sucks. Like, this really, really sucks.
That's the first thing that happened when we started dating.
Yeah. When we first started dating, oh, boy. I don't know why, but, like... It was just one of those things, like, my friends were trying to help me out here, like, trying to, like, say, like, you should be worried and you should blah, blah, blah about him, like, be careful. And, like, I know that they were looking out for me, but that created a lot of, like, tension between me and my friends because I really liked him. And then there was this rumor going around that he cheated on me. When was that? That was, like, a couple months into our relationship, right? No, that was during school.
Junior year?
I think that was senior year. So I think it was probably the beginning of senior year. We started dating at the end of junior year.
Oh, yeah. Then it was
June 16th, 2016. So that was...
Yes, I remember that date, too.
I'm glad you do. So we started dating then, and then I think it was probably the following fall that that rumor went around, which was bad. And I remember being, like, super, like, where the heck did this come from? Like, it's, like... rumors and drama and gossip are like, it hits you like a truck. Like, because you don't see it coming, and then all of a sudden somebody says something to you, and you're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, then it just puts this, like, seed of, like, self-doubt and doubt of, like, who you're dating and or whatever's going on, or you get angry, or you get scared and frustrated, and I'm moving my hand towards my stomach because my stomach hurts thinking about it, because that's all I can say is, like, drama, like, makes your stomach ring in a knot. Like,
or it was because I was using my finger to take out the peanut butter and throw it on my apple slices. I didn't actually do that. That's a joke. And I also didn't hit Taylor with the microphone. I was just thinking about that. I'm like, frick, someone's going to see me abusing her.
He's not abusive, guys.
They're going to
He's
take
the
that out of
best.
context, and they're going to like a throw Jersey Shore episode into, like, you know, make the mouse somehow work, or Gordon Ramsay. Because he just
Gordon Ramsay.
roast people. It's pretty hilarious. Is there any drama that we both remember that we could talk about?
But you remember when that rumor going around? Well, like, between us,
Yeah.
the cheating on thing. You remember that? What was your side of the story with that one?
My side of the story, I knew. So just recently, well, I knew the girl. The girl wanted innocence from it, which kind of pissed me off. Didn't make me too happy. She said, I don't want to be aware, and obviously that's just a red flag, because that means she's a freaking lying female. PG. And it was so frustrating because you have like a real, because I didn't just start dating because, like, I was trying to get wet here, but like, I was dating because I was trying to settle down. Like, I was always pretty serious with that kind of stuff. So I have
too, babe.
Yeah, no, that's not true.
Yes, it is.
So you really started dating that one kid in freshman year because you thought you were going to marry him? So got roasted.
But when I got older, that's what I was going for, and that's why I went on. I dated a couple other guys, and I
even
realized
the other couple guys.
No, the other couple guys. The thing is
Did you
that
get one married? Did you want to get married with the other?
No, of course not. But I was looking for something serious in each of them, and none of that worked out.
Serious as in married?
As in a serious relationship potential. I didn't think I was going to marry you at first either. When I started dating you, I wasn't like, yeah, let me just date this guy so I can marry him.
That's not what I'm saying. Well, I am saying that.
Yeah, so when I first started dating you, I wasn't like, yeah, I'm going to marry this guy. It came with time. But obviously the other guys didn't work out, and I'm glad they didn't.
I just keep getting distracted.
We both do. I don't know what's going on.
I thought I was going to, I was able to play that, that little, that little drum that kind of makes that, like, metallic noise.
But is that what you mean?
No, you know the little xylophone, or what is it called?
Xylophone?
Xylophone, but like with the two drums. It's like a Jamaican thing.
The band. I was gonna say banjo.
Anyway, you know you guys are talking about. That's how it sounds in the headphones. Continuing with the drama, it felt so hopeless because you're over there just, you know, crying a lot and having really just a terrible time, and it put me at jeopardy of losing you for
no reason.
Nothing. Yeah.
It just caused a lot of heartache between both of us. And, like, luckily he came to me first and was like, this is not true. I don't know who said this, but it's not true at all.
Yeah.
And that saved it.
But I didn't do it because I didn't know how those things operated. So one of your one of the people, like your friends that are in that group, she told me that the situation.
And
it was like, yeah, you should probably tell her because that's how these things work. If you tell her first, then
usually she was right. So
yeah, and that helps. And maybe that's like advice. I mean, if you really didn't cheat on her and you really and you find out, I mean, you quickly got to tell her, and then you got to be the one to, like, deliver the news instead of her 20 friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Or was it 30?
It was 20, maybe 25. But yeah, I guess advice is especially with relationship drama in high school, it creates a hostile environment for everybody. Or not hostile, it's hostile between the relationship. So if you hear something that is about you and you're like, this is not true, make sure you talk to the person that it's involved with, because then you can figure it out between you two. Because
babe, let the kids have some fun, you know?
Oh my God.
We need a little bit of drama in our life. Come on. That's why we watch reality TV. Where would this United Nation be without the I was going to say Kim Kardashians.
Without the Kim Kardashian.
But yeah, you're right. It's tough and it's painful, and being on the other end is just so crappy, especially if you're not one of those popular kids. I mean, like, we're not here like after high school, like yakking at the cool kids for like making drama, but like it was tough. Like for the people at the other end, it was like. Well, like, I'm sure there was a lot of coming out of the closet kind of things, and if you're not where you are, it's still, that's your choice. You really want to release that information. Mm-hmm. Same thing with other people dating, and you had that, your whole group had that whole dynamic of, okay, we need to let each other know who we're dating, and like,
right. It was just
who we're having sex with.
Yeah, it was. The group I was in, it was very much vocal about what was going on in your relationship life, and that was just kind of how it was. But with that came a struggle to, like, preserve, like, we didn't want, it's like kind of like telephone. Like, you tell one person, the other person tells another person, then things get skewed, and then it gets dangerous, especially when you have a lot of people
25.
in one friend group. Yeah, 25 or so. I mean, shout out to all you girls, though. Like, you guys are, I'm, like, there's no hard feelings. There's no hard feelings at all. It was just.
I want to be honest. Like, I did not have a really good perception of them at all.
But we've moved on from that at that point. We're just diving back into what it was like in the moment, and I'm glad it's not like that now.
That's true.
And even with those girls right now, it's not like that anymore. It's high school is like the epitome of where drama brews, because you're just so like you're just in this community where it's so easy for drama to just. Go, because I don't know how it just happens.
Maybe it's like the survival instinct, just wanting to crawl to the top.
Maybe, I don't know. I guess, but I've just never had that like urge to want to be on top. I don't really know what you mean by that.
I mean, I did, but I knew the price you had to pay, and I didn't really want to pay it. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to like shame other people.
It's too exhausting. I think if you're in high school, if you can stay out of the drama, like frick, do it. Like, do it. But.
And if you want to stay in it, just know that
that's going to be difficult, but you can do it.
It's not difficult. I mean, I'm sure it's fun. Like, to be honest, I want to be the villain. I'm sure they don't perceive themselves as villains. I'm sure they're just, just talking and trying to make the most of their moments. But for me, like, I was like, yeah, these girls really freaking suck. Like. All they think about is how wet their pussy can get, and
oh my god,
that's seriously, and like what party can they go to, and with the good guys, with the guys.
It's like, oh my gosh, you know what I'm thinking too is when drama is like it's like you're watching a television show, but it's in real life, because you hear about somebody through the grapevine, you don't hear about them from it directly. So when you hear this thing about this one person, then you meet them in real life, you're like, whoa, this is
Are we technically gossiping about them?
Right now?
Damn it. I take it back, guys. You were angels. So perfect.
No, we're not trying to be gossipy. It's just more like...
We're just talking about what we experienced.
Talking about what we experienced, because it's
people change.
People change, of course.
That was just the environment. That was
just what it was.
Like
that's what happened.
With Katniss in the Hunger Games, whatever weapon she got is what she had to fight for, It's different weapons.
A+ comparison.
It's different weapons in college.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's like who can throw the better party.
Yeah, I mean, even so, like, college is a lot more. We've all grown up a lot, and we've spread out, and we're doing our own thing, and nobody really gives a shit anymore about what everybody does. Like, I don't really care.
Language. I want to try my dad this episode.
I don't really give a crap about what everybody does.
Oh yeah, really? You just said crap. You don't really crap.
What, is he going to be mad that I say crap?
No, I'm just saying. You just said. Before. You just said crap, meaning you're trying to censor yourself, meaning you're trying to care.
That's deep.
Anyway, drama is do what you want. Do whatever the frick you want to do. That's what it comes to, whatever makes you happy. But you don't want to be doing things that make you happy, that make other people
sad.
Not happy.
And not happy.
Well, that depends. So binary. But you guys, that's what we experienced in high school. That was the bonus episode. Drama and gossip really was hard to have friends in high school and to continue those relationships. But, you got to do what you got to do to survive. And I think, really quick, I'm going to finish up with this. The only time I didn't have drama or gossip is when I had that one close friend. Literally just one. And all we did was just hang out. We never talked about other people. we just hung out, whatever that was, Netflix and chill. Not with that. We watched Netflix and chilled.
Okay, that's better. I was like, who is this?
It was a dude.
I know.
So that's what I'm saying. Just chilled.
You just chilled and
while
watching
watching
Netflix.
which I never did. I never watched Netflix with. Fine, I went to a birthday party one time or something like. I don't know, dude. Maybe Applebee's hanging out. I had my close 2 friends and then my cousin, and that was it. And I wouldn't really have drama with them.
That's
We
good.
would play Minecraft or watch Breaking Bad.
You played Minecraft?
Frick yeah, I did, dude. You know how wet I got bitches on that game, like.
Oh, uh-huh.
Just kidding. I take that back. That was really stupid. Okay, guys, catch tomorrow's episode.
If you are involved in drama and you don't...
jeez.
I have one more thing to say. You hold the phone. If you are involved in drama and you don't want to be, then just... You don't have to be, I think is the main thing here.
There's no theme here, babe. We're just talking about...
No, I know. I think coming from somebody who was in it often and was surrounded by it, I think it's hard to be completely out of it.
Oh.
But you don't have to
Yeah, I
be a
understand.
facilitator of it, and that is the way you stay out of it the most. So, like, even you're gonna hear about things all the time, but if you just take yourself back and like try to find people that you really vibe with, and that you're not. Maybe you like drama.
You know when you have a dream and
I don't
you just.
Name
Hurry
that
up,
vine.
finish it up. I got to burp. Okay, guys, catch tomorrow's episode on Wednesday. We're talking about how awkward it was in sophomore year.
Yeah,
Stay
so
tuned.
stay tuned for more information about that. But thanks for listening, and I hope that your lives are drama-free. Now, after you've listened to this episode, we've cured all drama. Just kidding. I wish. That'd be cool.
Oh,
No.
drama's fun.
Says you.
The only reason I watch Hell's Kitchen is because Gordon Ramsay's like...
Yeah,
"Oh."
well, it's fun when you're looking from the outside, not when you're on the inside.
Exactly, so maybe it's fun for the people who are doing it, so let's just let them do it.
All right, fine. Do what you want, I guess.
Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
I kind of want to cry because that hurts so bad.
Okay, bye, guys.